There are people that will debate, uh, Kevin Samuels and some of the things that he said. There are people that will debate this whole high value man thing. And some things will be debated until the end of time. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, but I did agree with what he was saying. But I took it a step further. And the step further that I took it is, if you are a real high value man, you have to want virginity. You have to be willing to pay for it as well too. And the simple fact that you don't want a virgin, to me, it shows me that you are not a high value man. That is the measure of a high value man. If you are seriously making six figures or more, and let's just say you have zero debt, you own a really big, expensive house, you probably don't have any children, you have liquid cash in the bank, like maybe you got like 1 million in the bank, and you're still making at least 250,000 a year after taxes. That's literally amazing. Um, if you're big balling like that, you've got a little fleet of cars. Some of them are brand new. So I mean, there ain't that many men living like that. I mean, let's just be honest. Where you have a fleet of brand new expensive cars paid for in cash, and you still got money left over in the bank and all this other shit, and you can fly first class everywhere. You got money like that, you know. You living in a mansion somewhere, a couple of acres of land. You got money like that. Why would you not go for the best kind of woman that you can get on planet Earth? The best woman on planet Earth is a virgin. Seriously. And for the life of me, once again, I don't care if you are some black man that you don't have any kids, you're highly educated, because on this stupid Pop the Balloon show, there has been doctors, lawyers, police officers, and I just be looking at these dudes like none of you guys are high value men. I don't make nowhere near a doctor or a lawyer, probably on par with some police officers and smaller venues. But I mean, seriously, you dudes are this big in society, and you are going on the Pop the Balloon show. Y- You you mean to tell me you didn't watch the show before you went on it, or you did watch the show and you chose to go on it anyway? Why would you do that when you know that the women on that show are a bunch of damn hood rats and mentally ill chicks? This is who the I'll play just a little bit from Only Logical. Look at the way they act, and I'll be damned. I was just thinking about this today. I would be damned. I can't tell you to go out there and get with a white girl, because I don't. The Bible says we're not supposed to do that. But y'all don't believe in everything I believe, so y'all do what you got to do. But I'd be damned that we gonna go to hell listen to Umar, because these black women of today, they have no fucking respect for us, man.
You want to say, but don't talk about black people here.
Oh my.
And now, is she someone that's your type?
Um, Not so much.
And why not?
I'll say more so like the hair. So more so attracted to longer hair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Stop it. Get some help.
Okay, let's go on over here. Hi, I'm Sandy. I'm 33. And Sandy, why'd you end up popping your balloon? I ended up popping it because you're attractive. You got it going on. But that comment about hair, I know your mama got short hair too. She's black.
Interesting.
For starters, with being biracial, so my dad moved here from Africa, Liberia specifically,
And my mom was born here, but her background is she's German and Irish. So my mom was born with like blonde hair, super blonde hair, and blue eyes. Go ahead.
I mean, my mom's actually on my necklace. She doesn't have short hair for one.
It doesn't matter. It's about who you are as a brother. Person you don't make hair don't make your personality. You dig me? You need to really check on your ends before you talk about long or short hair.
Sounds triggered.
It's not triggered.
First of all, I didn't say the hairstyle she had was not good.
You said you don't like girls with long hair. That's not right. You should never said that at all. As a black brother, you should have kept that as what it was. You should have just said, you're not just my type. But hair, it's a different. You can't talk about hair. If you want hair, go get what you want. If you want Becky with the long hair, go get what you want. Don't talk to black women up here about hair. That's just it. And I'm not triggered. Like I said, at the end of the day, your hair is nappy. Your hair is short. You should be happy where you came from. Period. So that.
Could you imagine dealing with this on a regular basis? I couldn't imagine dealing with this for one fucking day. To be honest with you, I would grab her by the hand, walk her to the door, and say, where am I going? You are leaving and you are never coming back. This kind of behavior that goes on with these modern day. Let me explain something to you. I'm from a whole nother generation, a whole nother time. I used to see my grandparents. I used to spend the whole weekend over my grandparents' house. I never saw my grandmother talk to my grandfather like this. These modern day black women are so out of order. It is insane. My grandmother, I remember this. I sit around some days. I love both of them, with all my heart. They were very good to me. And I know that I was their favorite grandson. I know I was. They had me over every weekend. They didn't have everybody else over every weekend. And if I didn't show up, they would be calling. Where is he at? Is he okay? Why didn't he come over this weekend? I remember I was in the kitchen with them, and oh man, this almost makes me cry. I miss my grandparents. They were amazing. You know what I'm saying? They were both amazing. She was cooking dinner for us, and he was talking about something, and he would say, "Well, that's the way I think, and I think I'm right or whatever," and she would say, "Okay, Dad. Okay, I hear you, Dad," and she would turn around and she would look at me and she would wink like, I don't agree with him, but I'm not going to say anything. See, this is the kind of relationship that we used to have as a people. Because if she would have said that he was stupid, you think he would have wanted to be with her? These are the simple things that I remember of how we were as a people. We weren't always this dysfunctional. We were not. We were not always with our women just being so crazy with the mouth and running their mouth and being all this ridiculously disrespectful. We were not always like this. I lived long enough to see the change and what that woman just did. I've got stories of, this was like in the 90s where this stuff started to creep up on the street, and I remember black men would correct that. And I can't tell you how they corrected it, but I think you understand what I'm saying here. They did not put up with this stuff with a woman in the street. If a woman, well, remember the famous video with the black woman in the 8-ball jacket? There you go. You are low value males that keep popping balloons on these stupid shows.